I think that intro is really going to symbolize the show today. But hello!
Hello, everyone. And my name is Matt. With me, I have my cat, who, so if you hear meows, that's exact, that's what's going on. With me, I have my co-host, Shane, aka the Peter One. How you doing today, Shane? Savior, Flash! Savior of the universe! Which we also have our other co-host, Spencer. How you doing today, Spencer?
Big news!
Ah, yes, right. It's the debut of Big News Spencer.
It's the debut of Big News Spencer.
So here's the fucking story.
Hey, listen, Shane. I might be greedy to my pocketbook, but I'm a journalist first and foremost.
So what happened was we showed Big News Morgans, who's a One Piece character, for those who don't know, to Spencer, and he hooked onto that shit and did not let go.
He loves Big News Morgan.
There's something about like a 7-foot-tall albatross wearing a top hat, beating up government agents because they refuse to let him do a news story that just speaks to me on like a deep personal level.
Yes.
Like,
very relatable.
There's something incredibly special about just the idea that this man's devil fruit in a world where it turns people into smoke or literal darkness or rubber or lets them, gain multiple limbs. This motherfucker just turns into an albatross.
I think he's just an albatross.
I'm pretty sure he's just an albatross.
I actually checked on his Wikipedia page. No, he is human. It just turns him into an albatross.
Matt.
Oh, well, the manga did not make this clear.
They did not say that whatsoever.
Yeah, it's called like the peck fruit.
Oda.
The peck fruit.
Oda is such a genius. He doesn't even feel the need to explain the lore in his own series sometimes.
Big News Morgans. We don't know what he looks like as a human.
Because he's always an albatross.
But it's the fucking, what is it in English? The
Toy no Ni model albatross. He has a devil fruit.
I can't.
It's a devil fruit.
Bird. It's the bird fruit. That's what it is.
That's so stupid.
But he just decides to always be an albatross.
Being an albatross. I mean, come on. If you could be just a normal guy drawn by Echihiro Oda, or you could be like a 7-foot-tall albatross with like a suit jacket and a top hat.
This is funny. The fruit does not, so far does not seem to have any specific weaknesses outside of the standard devil fruit weaknesses. Morgans is unable to fly despite albatrosses being capable of flight.
Then why the fuck, Oda? Why can't he?
Is he too big?
Explain this to me.
Post Wano, we're gonna find out.
Yeah, this is good. Dude, Post Wano's gonna be fucking crazy.
No. I have an idea. I have a theory that the reason why Big News Morgan keeps showing up is that he's actually the Pirate King, and Oda's setting him up for Endgame boss.
He's the reincarnation of Goldie Roger.
Fucking Kaido is going to be like standing over Luffy and it's like, I've defeated you, and he's going to get hit by a book and it's just going to be like, big news!
Wow, that's some big news!
Also, he's voiced by like this deep voiced Japanese man, and that's not what I expected, but it makes it funnier for me.
Because he's super serious.
About the news, man.
So, hi, welcome to the G.A.P.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome to the G.A.P, where we talk about One Piece, apparently.
Again. I thought we were done with this, but whatever.
You're never done.
Again. We have some simulcast discussions to talk about. We actually have quite a bit of simulcast to talk about. We have some pieces of news, and of course we have our featured anime of the podcast, which if you've been following Month of Spoop, you should know that it's going to be The Lost Village, Spencer's pick. And we're very excited to talk about that. So let's move on to some simulcast talk, some simulcast discussions. Quite a bit of shows premiered. We're getting to the bulk of them now. They will be continuing to premiere into the week, next week. So we can. So let's just talk about the ones that have started airing this week. Spencer and Shane. Since I was also again very busy this week, I was not able to watch anything too major. So Spencer and Shane, this is ahead.
Do you have anything?
I mean, do you want to talk about Babylon first?
I mean, I was going to talk about Babylon. Like, how much stuff do you have to talk about?
I want to talk about 2 shows and Babylon.
Okay, you go first then.
Okay, so first show I'm going to talk about is Kanagawa Jet Girls.
Oh, okay. Shane saw this too. Shane, I saw a bit of this too.
This show fucking sucks. Like, I don't have proper words.
There's no words to describe this show.
But I accidentally found an uncensored version. I stumbled
Where'd you
upon
find it anyways?
Okay, I told him to watch it, and so he went on Kiss Anime, and there was just an uncensored version there.
It
So
just
we're
said
like,
episode
fuck
1
it,
and episode 1 uncensored.
Fuck it,
And
let's
like,
go in balls deep.
Let's do it. And holy shit, does this show fucking suck.
Oh, it reeks.
Oh, this is I'm going to be upfront and honest, this is a terrible anime. But by God, is this not the most fucking outstanding fan service I've ever seen.
It is 100% ecchi bullshit fan service, and that is literally all that it has to offer, to the point where there is full frontal nudity, hence why there is an uncensored version.
This is what we call horny.
This is the definition of
horny people.
Yeah. This was made for the horniest of the horn dogs.
And if you read Shane's Twitter rant about it,
which you should,
go follow him on Twitter at BeardedGamingN.
Thank you.
Welcome. This, at first, we were confused about the laser guns, because we're like, why is there laser guns in like a blue wave kind of wave race-esque jet skiing anime? Because they shoot the women in the asshole, and then it removes their clothing, which incapacitates them and makes it harder for them to drive. They also, instead of racing for pink slips, they race for government property.
They're like, this is our turf. You need to get the fuck out. And she's like, how about we race for it? We're racing for the custody of the Kanagawa River.
Exactly. Instead of like a 2-block area where it's like, this is our turf, like gangs or mobs.
The entire canal that goes through the entire city of Tokyo.
They are racing for the entire Kanagawa River, which, I don't think that's how legal custody works.
No, definitely not.
But most importantly, they have plug suits. But what if everybody in Ava just had massive knobs?
Massive bazongos.
Massive. And it zips itself up around the crotch area, so
which means if your titties are too big, sometimes the suit actually can't do itself up because they can't get around the tits.
Our main character has massive milk bags. Oopsie daisies.
Got 2 giant reclining pillows on her chest.
Somebody stole her bag and she went...
Oh no, she has a...
That was the best scene in the entire episode, was a man steals her bag and then immediately runs into a fucking post.
Yep.
And goes, and she's like, oh, that's my bag. But don't worry, because she's faster than a thief that had like a 15 to 20 second head start. Mm-hmm. She just catches up and jumps on
like
him, and then her like
business.
Massive fun bags.
You know what got me most about this for me is how fucking garbage the animation is, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
the show looks awful.
Oh yeah,
it looks real bad,
and it's not even just the CG. It's like the 2D stuff also is just like bottom of the barrel. Bottom of the barrel budget animation at its finest. And they clearly put all the money into the tit physics.
Yeah,
literally
those tit physics.
Every keyframe is just some part of the female body, whether it be the tits or the ass, jiggling in the sunlight. It's like I put this on Twitter. It's like, if there is a female character on screen, which this is an all-female cast, her entire existence is to have huge bazongas that jiggle around, that can be captured at very revealing angles. Or they're just straight up naked. Or they're getting shot with lasers that make them naked.
Listen, if you don't like the unnecessary rivals, that's fine. We got other tastes for you. Do you like the incest? We got that. Do you like the idol bullshit? We got that. Do you like a woman in a maid suit eating a giant rice ball? We got that.
Do you like the bad bitches on Twitter? We've got that. And also, don't worry, we have Ninja from the Hidden Leaf too.
She's there. Also, don't worry, we got the bad girls who are like, ooh, they're wearing open shirts.
And leopard print skirts.
Ooh.
Spicy.
Tourists. Spicy. This show blows, dude.
Fucking reeks.
I'm so excited for episode 2.
I can't wait. And I know
what kind of... Go ahead.
I know exactly that. You would think maybe, like, okay, it's the nudity. It's like a one-time thing just to catch people's attention, certain demographic. And then in the preview, there's a scene in a bathhouse, so I'm like, they're just gonna keep up on this bullshit.
This, like first and fucking foremost, so it sucks. Yeah, that's the
gist of it.
Yes, and the second show I want to talk about real quickly before we get into Babylon is Beastars.
Which you were the only one who watched this. So.
I was the only one who watched it yesterday. This is the most gorgeous thing Orange has ever made.
I mean, it's Orange.
Even more than Land of the Lustrous.
This straight up looks like normal animation, just with like shading and like. I don't know how they do it. I honestly don't.
Honestly, in an industry that's ridiculed for its CG, Orange is doing like wizardry. Oh my. He literally can't wrap his head around this.
I can't wrap around how good this is and how beautiful the art direction is. Like I sent a shot, and when I sent it, I'm like, this won't look good from a literal standpoint. I should have picked something with like light and color. But the way that this show does darkness is fucking gorgeous.
All that I see. Absolute. Oh, sorry.
The characters have like a thin blue outline around them, but everything else is black, except for in the first scene, there's the blood on one of the characters is this vibrant red that kind of strikes out. And then they do like a scene where he steps on a remote and a projector like lights him up, but you can see how like the light kind of dissipates as it gets further away. It's like from a technical standpoint, even if I didn't think the show was going to be something special, this is technically like immaculate.
Like I brought up the screenshot you sent, and seeing it on a bigger screen with better luminosity, it looks very visually striking.
Mm-hmm.
Which I was excited about this show, and then it got picked up by Netflix. So
yeah, it'll be on Netflix soon. Don't worry, we'll get it, and then we'll watch it because I'm excited. I'm very, very excited for it. All right, both y'all can talk Babylon. Spencer?
A fucking lawn, dude.
This is, honestly, if it keeps up, this might be most surprising of the season for me. Because I was not expecting it to do a complete 180 like it did. So, I'm sorry, I'm going to rant a little bit, Spencer, and then you can do your spiel if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine, go ahead.
So, episode 1. Because they dropped 3 episodes at once. They did a fucking Vinland, which I don't know what's up with all the Amazon shows. They just do that now, but whatever.
I'm not complaining.
I'm not complaining because.
Also, I just want to say this, Shane, just in case, because Matt hasn't watched it yet. No spoilers.
No spoilers. Okay. But episode 1.
Simulcast, so not spoilers, anyways. So
yeah,
episode 1 paints it as a very stereotypical, cliched crime drama. Like, oh, we're in the public prosecutor's office. This pharmaceutical company is doing some illegal shit and we need to prove it. So they go out on this case to prove that this pharmaceutical company is in some shady shit. And it's very standard, very generic almost. Nothing that really makes it stand out. But by the end of the first episode, it does the hardest left turn I've seen in quite some time. And immediately it clicks. Like, oh, okay, this was a bait and switch. This was 100%. We're gonna make the audience think this is one type of show, and then just completely turn it on its head. Like, no, we're gonna throw some crazy shit in here too. And then honestly, episode 2 was what sold me on the show, because there's one scene in particular that makes this one of my favorite episodes of the entire year. No joke. Because there's an interrogation scene in the middle that is phenomenally directed and edited, and it does some really creative stuff that you don't see in any kind of media very often. It seamlessly transitions between the present and flashback. Each aspect is differently stylized. Like in the present with the interrogation, it's letterbox with this really harsh blue color grading, but when they switch to flashback, it's 4:3 in sepia tone, kind of like a CRT fuzzy type filter. It's really cool. And then there's also some really surrealist storyboarding going on here, some really creative framework. But the thing that got me the most, that really stuck out to me, that I haven't seen very often whatsoever, is they'll have characters in the present act out their lines in the flashback. Like, the main character asks the suspect, "Why'd you do it?" And then it hard cuts to the flashback, where she's just in this space, and she's acting out her lines in the present monologue, like, why did I do it? That's a very loaded question. And it's almost like she's trapped in that moment while they're trying to figure shit out, and it's really cool. And I haven't seen that in such a long time. Like, the last thing I can kind of remember doing that is fucking Boondock Saints.
Mm-hmm.
With fucking, when Willem Dafoe does that, and when he's
It was a firefight, yeah.
Yeah, it was the firefight scene from Boondock.
It does that shit, and I'm like, you don't see that at all. And if you do, it's very, very rarely. So, and then episode 3, where the truth is revealed and it all makes sense. It's not like a total ass pull that they just like thought of in 5 minutes. They clearly thought this out, and it all makes sense in the context of everything that's happening around them. So yeah, this show really surprised me, because it went from a very generic but solid 7 out of 10 to a high 9 in 3 episodes. And I'm really looking forward to where it's going to go for the rest of the season. But that's your cue, Spenny. You can take over now.
Yeah, Spenny, go, Spencer.
So, I'm the mystery guy. I love mysteries.
Yeah, I should have prefaced this by saying, if you're not a fan of mysteries or cop dramas or detective shows, this ain't your shtick.
One of my favorite mysteries of all time is the manga/anime Monster. I know Matt has heard of it and probably seen it.
Yeah, Monster's fucking great.
Shane, you have not.
No. I haven't seen any of Monster.
When I say this, Matt, I mean it with the utmost respect, but this reminds me of Monster.
Nice.
Because you probably don't know, Shane, but Monster's OP is very interesting, because it's about like 25 to 30 seconds. It's a super short...
that's exactly what this show does. It treats it like a serial drama. It's a super short OP. There's no lyrics. It's just kind of music and like atmosphere setup, and then it cuts to the title card. This is Monster, and then the show starts. And this is a psychological thriller at this point. This is a psychological thriller akin to like a
like a Shutter Island type of situation, where you're not 100% convinced that everything that your character is seeing and thinking is real. And you can tell that a lot of the stuff that everybody else knows, they are hiding from the character. Like, the main character, without actually being insane or being a different person, feels like Teddy from Shutter Island, in which this whole world is surrounded in this mist of just mysterious circumstances, and how everybody seems to know the next step in our main character's thought process before he's even thought about it. And the first episode is generic. It is a generic mystery cop drama.
Like, just imagine, like, the pilot for any crime thriller show, like the pilot of CSI, where it was like super standard by the books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's basically what it was.
And then as CSI got on, we know it got more creative and crazy. But until like the last, what'd you say, like 5-10 minutes of the episode?
I'd say 5 minutes.
5 minutes of the episode where it does a complete 180. Second episode, it starts to unravel some stuff. We start to learn a bit more about the world and the politics. And now it becomes like House of Cards.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see the resemblance.
Yes!
It becomes like a straight-up political thriller now. It's still a mystery, but there's these overtones of political drama and intrigue. And once again, you get some snippets. They're spoon-feeding you information. And this is how to do a mystery show. The mystery is interesting and intriguing and is keeping me wanting to know more.
And
it's giving me... Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt, but like you said, they're spoon-feeding you information. They're giving you just enough that you can start to form your own opinions on what's happening, but they don't give you too much to flat-out reveal it. It's still ambiguous enough to where it keeps you guessing.
Mm-hmm. And everybody and everything in your head makes logical sense. You can go from point A to point B logically in your head until the show decides to go option C, and that now your entire logic is thrown out. Characters that you think were on the good side are actually corrupt. The show takes place in a city near Tokyo that is basically kind of it's its own unique nation, quote unquote, in Japan. It's its own unique city. And at the end of the third episode, some stuff gets dropped about, once again, your internal logic about who the villain is. You're completely wrong. Because now, with this extra information, that drug company is doing a lot more shady shit than you thought originally, which was just fake information.
Mm-hmm. And I thought in episode 1, because they kind of dropped the whole pharmaceutical storyline a little early, and I'm like, so you were investigating this and then you got off track and now you're investigating something completely different. But no, it all comes full circle, and then it starts to paint this much bigger picture, and you realize, oh, you're doing like some super criminal bullshit here.
And then the last, not the last, but one of the last words uttered by a character in the third episode sets the tone. And can I say it, Shane? Is that a spoiler?
I don't think it is.
Okay. A character says that we are the first nation to have the right to death. And then the episode ends. It's so surprising, gripping, anime.
Yes.
Yes.
Did Spencer die?
Yeah, I don't hear him on my end anymore.
Spencer, did you die? Yeah, Spencer died.
All right, let's.
All right, cool.
All right, there he goes. All right, that I think we should. We'll get back to him.
Yeah,
when he gets back
he'll be back momentarily.
All right, Shane. Is there any other shows you want to talk about outside of Babylon?
Couple more, 2 more that I'm gonna bring up quickly. I watched the first episode of Assassin's Pride, which was surprisingly good. And I said in the Discord, it's like Familiar of Zero if it was good. Because
but you liked Familiar.
Not that first season.
You liked the second season quite a bit, so I'm like, what?
But it's like if it was that quality from the get-go.
Oh.
And if it dropped all the stupid fan service bullshit and the unwarranted comedy and all that.
So like if it was season 2,
yeah.
but like 1.
If it was season 2 from the beginning, but it dropped all the unnecessary bullshit, all the fan service, all the shitty humor, all that.
Yeah.
And
okay. That
because the reason I made that comparison in my head is because the premise is very similar. Because both shows, you have a world where magic is commonplace and kids go to school to learn magic. Your main character doesn't know how to use magic properly, so they need a secondary character to kind of guide them and help them learn more about themselves so that they can learn to use magic. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Oh, there he finally goes.
There he is.
But yeah, it's very similar, but it's to the point where it's like if Familiar of Zero started from the second season and dropped all the bullshit that didn't fit. And it was just a hardcore fantasy drama. And also, what really surprised me was the animation.
Oh, I heard the animation was gorgeous.
It's wild, dude. Like, there are several big fight scenes that are just pure Sakuga. And I'm like, okay, hold on, you need to buy me dinner first. Like, calm down.
You gotta buy me dinner before you fuck me like this.
So yeah.
Ooh.
So yeah, Assassin's Pride, surprisingly good. And then the last show I have to talk about, which I can sum this up in one sentence. Blade of the Immortal. 7 Samurai the anime. That's all you need to know.
And super violent.
Super fucking violent. Like, you thought Dororo got violent at points? You haven't seen anything.
I've seen some shit from Blade. It looks amazing.
It's so good. Easily best show of the season by like a fucking mile. Direction, writing, storyboarding, editing, visuals, music, all of it. It fires on all cylinders and it hits every single point.
Like, I love I've seen some stuff from it, and oh my god, it looks so violent.
It's like, if you like samurai dramas, you need to watch the show, and you're doing a disservice if you aren't.
I love samurai stuff. I love Kurosawa. I love Seven Samurai stuff. I love all that crap. And it's absolutely like one of my, and I've been hyping this show up because I think this show looks great. Apparently the manga it's based on is like incredible. Yeah. So like I hope this is as good. Everyone's saying that this is like a super accurate adaptation too.
That's good to hear.
It's like, yeah, like it's a super like respectful and actually good adaptation. Who's animating this is my question.
I'm gonna look that up real quick. Because I actually don't know. But whoever's doing it is doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah, because like I've seen some stuff of it and it looks really impressive. Oh, it's Linden Films.
Oh, that makes sense then.
It's Linden Films. Which like this stuff usually looks pretty good, but I don't know if it has ever looked that good.
Yeah, I definitely see what you're saying there.
First. Yeah. This might be a first for them.
They did Poco.
I mean, this looks 10,000 times better.
Yeah. They did Killing Bites.
Poco.
They did Honey Botto, which Honey Botto was crazy. Yeah, animation-wise.
Boarding School Juliet, which actually...
Yeah.
I need to watch that. I heard that was actually really good.
But then they did stuff like Magical Senpai and Magical Girl Spec Ops Asuka, which apparently sucked.
I mean, but it looked really good, so...
And this is also this is also Amazon's first foray into truly producing anime, because they have their name slapped all over this, like Amazon original branded and everything.
Yeah, complete adaptation of the manga too. Apparently, like it's a 100%, all 30 volumes adaptation of the original source material. The question is, how much are they? How fast they're gonna cover it? Who knows? Since it's Amazon original. They don't need to be constrained by standard anime lengths.
Yeah,
they can literally do as long as they need.
Well, it's listed as 24 episodes, so.
Can they do it in 24? Can they do 30 volumes of manga, which, by the way, for this would be 205 chapters and 25 episodes?
Probably not. I assume this is going to be multiple seasons.
And for seasons, or they're cutting stuff out. Apparently, there's an option for like 6 volumes. So, like, maybe they'll cut some stuff.
I don't know.
Because... I don't know. Where the fuck is Spencer?
His internet had to have exploded.
Call him. Somebody call him.
Call him on the phone. Hang on. Let's see. Where are you? Spencer. Baller Swag Sword Hill. Here we go.
Live on camera.
You want to explain this to me?
Yeah, sure. Internet just decided to absolutely fuck itself. I'm talking, I lost complete access to everything. Fuck you, Avast.
Okay.
Alright.
Remind me fucking next century, dickbag.
Okay.
I'll be there in a minute.
Alright. Standard stuff, standard G.A.P stuff at this point. Let's be real.
All right. So, Blade of the Immortal, it's really good.
Really good, and that's all I have to talk about for simulcast.
All right. For those wondering on keeping on simulcast, also think started up, and I'm gonna watch that because oh my god, I'm very excited for that because it looks incredible, and I've good. So
what started up?
Stars Align.
Oh, yes, Tennis Boys.
I've heard it's so good.
Welcome back.
And my fucking suffering.
So, and also, for those wondering at home, my Hero recording this, My Hero starts up tomorrow.
Yes.
So,
yes.
AKA the real reason why we're looking forward to this season of anime.
Yeah.
So, we are very much, in any case, we're definitely going to be covering that next week. That being said, let's move on to some news. I think we're ready to move on to the news.
Mm-hmm.
Yes!
All right, yes, all right. So, speaking of Blade of the Immortal, as you were talking about it, the creator of it is Hiroaki Samura's, wrote another manga called Wave Listen to Me. And it will be in the wake of it's in the wake of Blade of Immortal's premiere that they announced that there will be a adaptation of that particular manga. So DAM Pictures revealed on Tuesday that Hiroaki Samura's Wave Listen to Me manga is inspiring a television anime that will premiere in April of 2020. So it's the spring 2020 season.
Okay.
They just released a promotional video for it, and they've confirmed that it will be animated by Sunrise.
Ooh.
Sunrise. Here is the story. Here's the story as described by Kodansha Comics. The stage is Sapporo, Hokkaido. One night, our heroine, Minare Koda, spills her heartbroken woes to a radio station worker while she meets out drinking. She meets out while drinking one night. The next day, she hears a recording of her pitiful grumbling being played live over the air. Minare storms into the station and reigns, only to be duped by the station director into doing an impromptu talk show explaining her harsh dialogue. With just one recording, the many eccentric facets of Minare's life begin to pull every which direction as she falls deeper into the world of radio. So basically, it's a show about radio, which is interesting, as I don't think I've ever seen an anime like that before.
Like there's been anime about music, television, stage drama, but I don't think I've seen anything about the radio industry.
Tatsuma Miyakawa, who directed the Fairy Tail Dragon Cry film, will be directing the show as Sunrise, and Soji Yoramura, who was the writer of all of Fairy Tail, is in charge of the series scripts. Takumi Yokata, who was the designer on Mitsubishi Colors, will be designing the characters, as well as Motoyoshi Iwasaki will be the musical composer for this. Who does this? So it looks like that they're bringing on the Fairy Tail team to do this, which is an odd choice, but okay.
Interesting.
It's a choice. But it will premiere in April 2020. There is a trailer out if those wish to see it, and I have seen it, and it looks really good. Actually, it looks super fluidly animated, even though it's not even out until April. So this is probably going to be one of the standouts of the April season, like spring season already. It looks absolutely fucking great. So I highly recommend checking out the trailer for that. So make sure to look forward to that in spring of 2020. Also coming out in 2020, we have more news about the man who does not seem to stop working, Masaki Yusa.
I heard about this.
He's working on another show. First of all, Masaki Yusa, calm the fuck down.
Just take a break, dude.
You have like 5 things coming out next year. But here is the show that he's working on. Netflix and Science Saru announced on Wednesday that Masaki Yusa is directing an upcoming anime series adaptation of Sakio Komatsu's Japan Sinks science fiction novel. The 10-episode series will debut worldwide on Netflix in 2020, so it will be a Netflix original. So basically, it will be the Netflix follow-up to Devilman Crybaby. The original disaster sci-fi novel begins when a series of natural disasters hit Japan. Massive tectonic shifts because of volcanic eruptions from remote Japanese islands, triggering earthquakes and eventually triggering more eruptions of volcanoes in the Japanese mainland. Through all in all, a team of scientists attempt to convince the Japanese government and that the Japanese archipelago will soon sink beneath the sea sooner than anyone expected. The new anime moves the setting from the 1970s Japan to 2020, just after the Tokyo Olympics, and the story centers on the Muto family and the siblings Ayumi and Takeshi. The 4 members of the Muto family are caught in an earthquake that hits Tokyo and attempt to escape the city with disaster claws at their heels. Yusa will be directing the anime at his studio, while with Pyeong Gan-ho credited as series director. Toshio Yokata, who is the writer on Dragon Ball Super, will be penning the script for this.
No!
All right, one of them. There's like 5 writers on that show. The musician Kensuke Ushiro, who collaborated with Yusa in the Ping Pong and Devilman Crybaby anime, will be the music composer, as well as the character design and the character. And the episode director for Devilman Crybaby will be in charge of character designs. So there's Komatsu debuted the original novel in 1973, and the novel has since inspired 2 live-action films. One that debuted in 1973 when the original novel came out, and another in 2006 by Gainax co-founder and Shin Godzilla director Shinji Higuchi. It also inspired a 1975 live-action series as well as 2 manga adaptations. This will be the first anime adaptation of the material. So, I'm excited for this.
I mean, it's Yuasa, so it's bound to be good.
It's bound to be good. It's bound to be good. The only thing that gets me a little bit concerned is who they got as the writer.
No!
He was the writer. He was the script writer on 28 episodes of Super, and a bunch of random episodes of Super.
And Super isn't known for its quality of writing. In fact, it's known for the opposite.
In fact, this is all he's known for because he's worked on 2 other stuff that I've never heard of and never got. So I don't know. Maybe it wasn't his fault that Super was known for its quality writing. Maybe it was just this. Maybe it was just Toei.
Yeah, Toei's a bunch of idiots.
Maybe it was likely Toei and the directors they had, because under Yuasa, this could be really great.
I'm glad that he's going back to Netflix though, because I feel like Crybaby wouldn't have been nearly as good if it wasn't unrestricted by Netflix. Because Netflix let him do whatever he wanted with that, and it was infinitely better because of it.
Yeah, and because Netflix, whether you love them or hate them, they are giving our ability to just make whatever the fuck they want to make.
Remember when Crybaby came out, and there were those rumors that he was doing Violence Jack?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that, huh?
Yuasa, where's Violence Jack?
I want Violence Jack.
But yeah, Japan and will premiere debut worldwide in 2020. There was currently no specific set release date. Our final piece of news is news that dropped yesterday because it's a trailer for something we're really looking forward to, and that's My Hero Academia: Heroes Rising.
Ooh.
The official website for My Hero Academia, the movie Heroes Rising, the new anime film based off Kohei Horikoshi's My Hero Academia manga, began streaming a new trailer for the film on Friday. The video reveals and previews the film's theme song as well, Higher Ground by Sumika. The site also revealed a new visual for the film, aka a new poster. The site also revealed 2 new cast members on Wednesday. Tomoyo Kurosawa plays Mahoro, left in the picture below, and Yuka Togashi plays Komatsu. These 2 characters are siblings that Deku and the others meet on Naboo Island, the film's new setting. They hold the key to the story. If you've seen the trailer, they are the 2 kids you see in the trailer.
Why are the My Hero movies just set on islands?
Because why the fuck not?
Because you don't have to worry about the consequences of it being near things that have stuff happening.
Exactly. So we all watched the trailer, correct?
I did.
Yes.
You did? Wait, you did or you didn't?
I said I did, Matt.
Oh, I didn't. No, I couldn't hear. What? Can we give a brief thoughts on what we saw? Cause it looks great.
Two Heroes made me really hopeful for future movies because Two Heroes was done really fucking well, and this is no exception because it looks amazing. The thing that caught my attention, though, is there's stuff from, the current manga arcs that's in there.
There's Hawks! You see Hawks in the trailer!
There's Hawks in there. There's the dude from Deika City. So my question is, when exactly is this movie set?
You see with you see Deku with the braces, too. So is this post-overhaul, is my question?
It's definitely post-overhaul because Hawks is there, but is it before or after the My Villain Academia stuff?
I don't know. We'll find out more in the actual movie itself, I think. I do love the design of the villain in this. I think...
Yeah, he looks fucking...
The villain in the last film was kind of a bland-looking villain. This guy, though, this fucking guy... His name is Nine, and he looks fucking cool as shit.
He definitely looks cooler than Magneto with a gun.
Definite. He looks cooler than that, and I'm very, very excited for. It also looks like that the other characters are also going to get a lot more to do in this than just Deku.
Yeah.
Because you see Kirishima in his Red Riot form. I'm pretty fucking sure. I'm pretty sure. That's his Red Riot form, if I'm not mistaken.
It looks like it.
As well, you see Uraraka, Ida.
What the? That doesn't
with 2
sound
cannons.
Okay, looks like.
Fuck off.
What?
I said sounds like it, and my phone thought I was saying Google.
Turn your phone off.
It's normally fucking words sound different.
Sounds like Google, am I right?
Yeah.
Anyway, this trailer looks really good.
Yeah, it looks fucking fantastic.
I can't wait for everybody to do stuff, except for Tokoyami.
Tokoyami actually looks like he's doing stuff, though. He's fucking. If you're wondering, by the way, every character, every major, every Class 8 character is on the poster. So that gives you that. That should let you know everything you need to know.
Yeah, get it? Heroes Rising? Plural?
Heroes Rising.
Heroes?
But it's mainly...
Heroes?
The Deku Bakugo show from the trailer looks like...
At least Bakugo will do more than he did in Two Heroes.
Yeah, he didn't really do much in Two Heroes. It's kind of disappointing. But the fact that he's basically in the lead role with Deku is actually nice.
Interesting.
But yeah, I think, and now we're done with news, and now we get to move on to our featured cast, boys and girls, which is the 2016 mystery series, The Lost Myoga, The Lost Village, directed by Tsutomu Mizushima, who directed last week's Another, and written by Mari Oka from Studio Dio Media, and is current, and aired from April 2nd, 2016 to June 18th, 2016 for 12 episodes, and is currently licensed by Ponycan USA, and is currently available to watch on Crunchyroll in sub only. The Lost Village follows a group of 30 young men and women who want to start a new life. So they go they go on a bus tour to the mysterious Nanaki Village, which is a village which is only heard about through legends and myths. Eventually, they find their way to the village through sheer happenstance, and once they enter the village, there's mysterious phenomenon that prevent them from leaving the village, and eventually they start turning on one another. Let's talk about this because this was Spencer's pick for Spoop.
Sadly.
So, Spencer.
Yeah.
What did you think of The Lost Village? Because this is the first time for all of us watching this. What do you think of The Lost Village?
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys.
What are you sorry about?
I didn't know it was gonna be this. I'm still confused about what the fuck I watched. The first episode was setting it up to be like a dark comedy, but what it turned into was the Book of Henry, but anime. Where everything is taken way too seriously, and the stuff that should be played for laughs isn't played for laughs, and then they try to like heavy-handedly shove in some like actual like trauma and like intrigue, and it's making me tired, dude.
Same.
But this is something that I will be talking about for months down the line, because I still don't know what the fuck I watched 12 episodes of, or 11 episodes of.
You'll just be trying to connect the pieces, and it just won't happen.
No.
Fucking Shane?
This show, it's gonna seem really, honestly, it's kind of harsh to the show, but it reminds me of Ebi 10 in the fact that this is a show that exists and I have no idea why it does. Like, it doesn't do anything with its premise, its characters, nothing. There is nothing to this show. Half of the show is just people standing around in a circle talking about nothing, and the other half is trying to be a horror that delves into psychological trauma, but then also doesn't, because we've spent half of the show standing in a circle talking about nothing. None of the characters have any depth to them. They're all the definition of soggy cardboard cutouts. And when it tries to be funny, it's like unintentionally funny, because nothing. This show makes zero sense in the fact that nothing in the show actually makes sense, but also I don't understand why it exists. Its existence makes no sense to me. I can't wrap my head around what this show is or what it's trying to do, because I'm pretty sure I had a fever dream and the show doesn't actually exist. It's just something my brain cooked up when I had like a 104-degree fever. That's what this show feels like. And actually trying to talk about it and piece it together makes it worse. So I don't know, man. Do you know what this show is, Matt? Take a sip of water. We're going to be here for a while.
What? What is this? I finished this in 2 days, and I hallucinated most. I am pretty sure that this show. I have a theory. This show is an government hypnosis tool to make us think that anime is like just doesn't exist.
It's meant to create sleeper agents.
It's meant to create sleeper agents.
It's a tool used by the CIA.
What the fuck is this?
And now all of a sudden,
understand.
what you're seeing on your screen makes 100% sense in context.
This is the first show. I used 3 reaction GIFs to describe this to people.
Usually Matt uses like
Discord.
1.
I don't even use them. If that,
yeah.
I use 3. This is rare for me because what?
It's
like I just don't know. I don't know what is this. It is.
It's very rare when a show leaves you without any words to describe it.
It's what? But let's talk about best episode if there is any.
Sure.
Sure. Spencer, which one are you picking?
I actually asked beforehand. I was like, can I give it to none of them? Can I say that there is no best episode? And then
you have to give it to at least one.
And then
so
that's what Shane said. So we had discussion. Fuck it. I'm gonna give it to episode 1.
The premiere.
The premiere, because that was the only episode that made me laugh. And felt like it was trying to do something, like a dark comedy.
Once again, it's making him tired.
It's making me tired. So
his soul is leaving his
yes,
body.
I am leaving my earthly coil. Within 5 minutes, you've introduced me to 30 characters. 3 of them were supposed to be named Yuno, but that didn't happen. Instead, you have Yuda, Yune, Yuno. 5 minutes, 30 characters, including such hits as Soy Latte, Love Pawn, Pink Goddess, P-Toon, Pitan.
I want to have a baby!
Let's do it here, Monbay.
Bends her over the bus seat.
Dozemon, who is just fat. Bruh.
Back me on the stairway, gathering the stuff outside. Can't hear you.
Just give me 1 second.
Yep. That's why I stopped talking.
Perfect. Don't you love it? I mean, you can keep talking, Spencer.
I can, true. Do I want to? Never mind. I guess I have to now.
Perfect.
But yeah, no, they introduced a bunch of characters, and only like 3 of them are going to be important throughout this show. And then the bus driver goes insane, and like there's a dream sequence with a bomb, and then he drives the bus off of a overpass or something. I don't know. But then they're all completely fine. And then they go on a trip, and then there's a death letter, a death note per se, and the main character makes a joke about, "Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is with my utmost respect that I have killed my." It's funny. The first episode is funny, but it also gives you these hints that they have no fucking idea what they're doing. Shane?
Cool.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
What's your favorite episode of the show, if you got any?
I'm going to go with episode 6, because episode 6 is the point in the show. It's the halfway point. Up until this point, people have just been talking about nothing, and it's been really boring, and nothing has been happening. Episode 6, they all of a sudden decide it's time to do a 180, where it feels like they forgot this was supposed to be a horror of some sorts, and they're like, oh shit, we need to do that, right? Throw everything in this one episode. Okay, it's a horror now. And it just starts going nuts, and there's a semblance of something good here. Like, obviously it's a tried and true horror trope using psychological trauma and people's innermost fears against them. Not the first show or movie that's done this. If it's done right, it could be interesting and leads to some really creepy shit. Unfortunately, this show has no idea what it wants to do, and it just starts going into flashback after flashback after flashback for characters that we have no idea who they are or why we should care, because it spent 5 episodes doing literally nothing. So if it wanted me to care, that's unfortunate, because I don't. But the reason I pick it as my favorite episode is because this is the point where it just loses its fucking mind. And it just keeps, this is the peak of the roller coaster. And then from here, it just goes all downhill. So that's why I picked episode 6.
I'm going to go with the same one, because it's probably the strongest episode of the show, which is not saying much.
No, that's a very low bar.
Yeah, it's a very, very low bar. And it's and like the best thing about it is that like it's unintentionally hilarious. Like there's a giant bee in it. I can't hate it.
Yeah.
There's a giant bee chasing a girl around who speaks in Nya. So I don't think that I can't hate that. Like I can't. That's fun. That's hilarious to me. All right, let's move on to let's move on to the cast, because there's so many characters in this. There's so many, and none of them are interesting. So we decided that collectively the best character is Lion.
Yeah, like
Yes.
she's like the only character that has anything. Like
any depth.
Yeah, her design is cool, her personality is interesting. She doesn't do much, but whenever she's on screen, I'm like, oh cool, Lion's here. I can be interested again. And she's just a cute girl on top of that. She's got the knee-high socks and the lion hoodie. She's just adorable.
She can see dead people.
Yeah, she can see dead people.
Until she can't, apparently.
Until she's like, nah, that was a lie, but I can see the people who are going to die. And it's like, what? So
like,
if you saw the thumbnail, you knew our favorite character from the game.
It's Lion, because she's the only interesting. But let's talk about worst now, because there's so many characters.
I mean, like, it could have been other characters if they would have done more than nothing with them.
I mean, that is true. That is true.
If they had done nothing other than draw them in a few scenes. Like, they're here, but are they?
I don't know. I don't know. Who's your worst, by the way, Shane?
Spencer and I have the same one. I know that for a fact.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
It's Love Pawn.
It's Love Pawn.
It's Love Pawn.
It would be Love Pawn if she didn't halfway point for me. Because she pretty much fucks off at like the halfway point and then only comes back like at the very end and then doesn't do anything. So,
That's
but
understandable.
after the halfway point, whenever she does show up, she's literally insufferable. Like
every second of screen time with her on screen is a second of my life I will never get back. See, there are times when you're doing stuff that's boring or, not, or like you're taking your time with something. This is moments of my life that I will look back on as having absolutely zero effect on my well-being as a person.
Yeah.
It's a waste of my breathing whenever she's on screen.
She is the purest definition, I think I've seen in a while, of a one-note character.
I was about to say one note, yeah.
Where her entire shtick is that she wants to execute people. She's just like, oh, execute them. Solve all your problems by killing people. And it's like, first off, stop. Second of all, huh? And then episode 6, they get into her backstory where she was, her and her mother were physically and mentally abused by the landlord of their apartment, and now she just wants to kill people. That's it. That's all she's got. And then after the Nanaki show up, which are the monsters, she just goes she goes even further beyond her craziness, and then she literally, every time she opens her mouth, she just screeches execute. And it's just like, just fucking die already, or go away, or both. Just don't come back.
I hate her so much.
I can't deal with her, dude.
There is not a single positive moment in this character's screen time.
Like, okay, the first time she says, oh, let's execute them, it's kind of funny in a really fucked up way. And then she keeps saying it over and over again, and then she goes crazy, and then she actually tries to execute people just because she can. And it's like, yeah, no. Okay, bye, bitch.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. She would be my worst if she didn't fuck off around the halfway point, though. Someone who I hated halfway point and then doesn't fuck off and it gets worse is fucking Hayato. Oh,
Speed the starter.
Oh, God. What the fuck? I hate this fucking guy. I hate him so much. Can we talk toxic relationship? Can we talk like fucking abuse? Fucking this guy's insufferable. I can't stand him. He goes from like, hi, I just want to protect you, to I'm going to kill you because a girl seduced you. Okay,
Perfect.
within the span, I'm pretty sure this entire thing takes place over the course of like what, a day,
Like
2 days.
2 days, maybe.
It's like 2 or 3 days.
But you would never notice because the entire show, for the most part, is drably dark and set at like midnight, and you can't fucking see anything. So it's like, does time move in this universe? I don't know.
And it fucking takes place over the course of like a day or two. So he goes from like a standard like, oh, overprotective friend to straight up toxic abuser in like a fucking night.
Straight up psychopath.
A straight up psychopath. And then the guy's like at the end of the show is like, oh yeah, I'm still your friend. It's okay. You tried to kill me.
It's because I learned more about myself, Matt. I learned more about me, and therefore I can know more about you, and we can come together in harmony.
In harmony.
Not
this
like
show,
you tried to control my life or anything.
Anything. Yeah, Hayato's bad. I don't like him. Get him off screen. Icky.
Ew. Cooties.
Cooties. And with let's talk about anything. Let's talk about the show in general because we're on a roll.
Is there anything to talk about?
Let's talk about the fact that the story makes no sense. That the writing verges on being something that could be good but never actually goes anywhere.
Mari Okuda, by the way, was brought on last minute and fixed it.
Let's talk about the fact that the CG, aside from one thing at the very beginning, looks absolutely disgusting.
Remember Big Titty Monster?
Let's talk about how none of the Nanakis really make sense from a literal standpoint.
The Nanakis aren't scary. If they're trying to be scary, the Nanakis are not scary. And they're kind of fun. Some of them are. And if they're trying to be funny, only one of them is funny, and that's
the train.
And the train. Giant bees are inherently hilarious. So...
Giant bee that looks like a fucking Pokemon. That looks like a Beedrill.
It looks like a Pokemon that's like rotting from the inside out.
Like, come on, like that's inherently funny, and that got a laugh.
Also, they probably made the Nanakis first, and then came up with the backstories because Nyanta's backstory makes 0 sense.
She got bullied that one time, and then she bought a BB gun
with a BB gun. And then somebody found her and then coated her in wasps, and it didn't kill her.
It somehow made her hair blonde.
Or how I want to become an army man, but I'm not tall enough, so I'm going to inject silicone into my forehead but oops, I'm still not.
I'm still not tall enough.
Also, it didn't kill me.
Or
oopsie daisies, my fucking older brother trips like a dumbass and falls off of a 10-foot wall,
whoops,
snapping his neck, and then my mother goes goddamn bonkers, insane,
oopsie,
and then I decide to make the rational and healthy decision to pretend to be my brother.
Just feed into her psychosis.
And then my father makes a mistake once because he's trying to be a good fucking dad, but it's tough when you won't take 2 goddamn seconds to look your mother dead in the fucking eyes and realize she's a stupid bitch. Oopsie daisies, my brother died. Well, it wasn't your fault, Mom. It wasn't mine either. He's a dumbass. I'm glad he's dead.
He deserved to die.
Whoa!
And you know what? While I'm on this roll, what the fuck is the woman's name? I genuinely forgot her name. The love interest.
I don't.
Masaki.
Masaki.
That's it. Who gives a shit? She's in love with her imaginary friend, who somehow is tangible and picks her up and carries her. What are those people seeing? Is she fucking levitating? Like, what? What?
Whoa.
And then the rapper disappears, but his body's still there? And then they bag the body! And then he meets God, which is just a fucking
Just a scientist.
Just an old dude that he calls God, and then they hop back on the bus, and then they go, we have to get to the forest, because it's in a parallel universe that somehow none of us fucking notice. And then the bus driver's dead daughter shows up, and she's like, don't worry, Pop, I still love you. And he's like, well, fucking thanks. Give me a hug, kid. I can go back to living.
Stop.
Oopsie daisies! We have a couple that just wants to have fucking kids! Romeo and Juliet looking motherfuckers! Go plow your girlfriend over a bus seat again, bitch! Oh, we have a fat character! What's his character, Matthew? He's fat! Fuck it!
Stop!
I wanted to do the original Hell's thing because at least I knew it was mediocre. This is something special, and the more I think about it, the more I realize how much I hate this because it had fucking the ability to be good. If they would have stopped and looked at the idiocy of having a parallel forest. I thought it was a slime because slime are scary. No, it's just a fake boob.
It's just a big titty.
It's just a massive fucking titty. Which if I was getting crushed by a titty fucking Joku no Gogo, aka pull machete out of ass man, I would be fucking ecstatic. Fuck!
I'm gonna die.
I'm crying.
I can't breathe.
So what did you think about it, Matt?
You know what? Episode over. Let's just end it right now.
How do I top that?
Oh.
I'm actually crying. Hold on. I'm actually fucking dead.
Oopsie poopsie.
Oh my god. Oopsie daisy.
Oh, my ribs hurt. Ow.
Oh my god. Alright,
oh, what'd you think, Matt?
Are we... I don't know how to top that.
This show is ass.
This show is ass? And, yeah.
Final scores.
Final scores.
Fuck it. Final scores.
Fuck it. Fuck it. I can't top it.
Nope.
Oh my god. Oh. Spencer, what's your final score?
Yeah, we were originally... So I originally gave this a 6 out of 10.
Fuck
and
that.
And then me and Shane were like, we're going to give it a 5 out of 10.
Fuck that.
After thinking about it even more, It gets a 3 out of 10.
Okay.
Ugh.
Oh.
A 3 out of 10. After that rant, I thought you were going to give it a 1, dude. I thought you would give it like a 1 or 2.
It's not the worst thing I've seen.
It's definitely
and
not.
there are very, very small glimpses of stuff that could actually
Is
have
it the
made
most
it.
frustrating thing you've seen?
Yes. This is the most frustrating anime I've seen because there was an attempt at something good. It could have been like an easy 6 or a 7. But, yeah, no, this is a 3 out of 10.
Alright. Shane?
I agree with Spencer. Like, I feel stupid for giving this a 6 initially. Like, what the fuck was I on? And even though looking back on it, 5's a bit too high, but I don't think I can go as harsh as Spencer and give it a 3. Because this isn't like a Nakaimo or a
This
teacher.
isn't the worst fucking thing.
This isn't the worst thing. We've covered far worse on this show.
We sat through Taboo Tattoo.
Yeah,
so.
this definitely ain't anywhere close to that. So I'm going to give it a perfectly solid 4 out of 10. It could have been good, but they just had no idea what the fuck to do with it. Oh, I need to go over here for a sec, guys.
Yeah, you do. Go get some water.
Yeah, I'm going to go get water. I'll be back.
I will reveal my score once Shane is back. Spencer, do we have a sponsor?
Wait, let me check. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh no. Bottles everywhere. Oh, found it. Today's sponsor of the G.A.P podcast is brought to you by honey.com. How many times have you been on the internet, say on Pizza or Domino's or Macy's or even Amazon, and thought, man, I really wish I could save some money, but I don't know if there's any discount codes. Has this happened to you, Matt?
Yeah, this has happened to me, yes.
You're like, everybody likes to save money, but I don't know if I can because I don't know if there's any discount codes. Well, this is where Honey comes in. You see, Honey is a free web browser that takes 2 clicks, click, add it to your browser, and it scans thousands of websites in order to look for discount codes to save you as much money as you can. And I have used it once to order a pizza, and I ended up saving $7 on this pizza. So,
shit.
Yeah, it was, and it's free and it's helpful. And you know what they say? Life is sweet with some honey. So go to www.joinhoney.com/thegap. That's www.joinhoney.com/thegap. That's THEGAP.
I walked in like halfway through that. What the fuck? What?
I was doing an ad read.
Dude. It's our sponsor, dude.
Why Honey?
Because Spencer saved $7 on a pizza.
Yeah, because I have it on my web browser, and it's actually really helpful.
All right, fair.
All right.
Okay.
My
Matt,
score.
What do you give it?
Are you giving this a score?
I thought long and hard about this. And by long and hard, I mean 5 minutes. Which is a long time for me. And I decided that I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to give this a brand new rating on the G.A.P. that we're going to be using for shows that I think that are beyond description, beyond comprehension, and beyond normal rating parameters. So I am giving The Lost Village a out of 10.
Perfect.
It gets a out of 10 because I genuinely do not know what to rate this. I have no idea what
just because, Matt, I think it'll be fun. In my calculator is going to be a 0 because it's not an actual rating, which gives The Lost Village an average score of 2.3 out of 10.
Oof.
That's the second lowest next to fucking Taboo Tattoo, because Matt didn't give it a rating.
Maybe once the year end comes around, maybe I'll actually rate it. Who knows? But as of right, out of 10, because it is a out of 10. Because I do just what? That is my personal reaction to it. Next week, however, Shane, we will our anime next week for Month of Spoop, as we revealed last time, is King's Game the animation. Which Shane is very, very looking forward to talking about.
Ooh, this show.
Ooh. So he is very excited. That being said, I will warn all the listeners right now. I may or may not be next week, because as I posted about on the computer is slowly having is about to be taken off of life support pretty much. I need to go. I'm bringing it into the shop for next week. And due to a variety of circumstances, next week I might not be on the podcast. So Shane may take over for the King's Game podcast. However,
I'm so 50-50 on that, because I will be remarkably sad if you can't make it, because King's Game is something. At the same time, what better episode for me to take the reins than the shitty show that I picked?
The shitty show, and I'm pretty sure that you have a massive guilty pleasure for. So.
This is like the pure definition of a guilty pleasure show for me. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, you're in for something.
All right. So, and with that, I think it's time we wrap up here. My name is Matt, aka Legion Rex. You can find me on Twitter at DeedStand account at Legion Rex. And you can also find me on YouTube at Legion Rex. With me, I have my co-host Shane, aka The Bearded One. You can find him on YouTube at Bearded Gaming Network, where he posts Let's Plays, gameplay videos, unboxings, podcasts, all that kind of stuff. And you can also find him on Twitter at Bearded Gaming Network, where he'll post about pretty much whatever he wants. Whether it be gaming related, anime related, film related, memes, all that fun stuff.
King's Game related.
Yeah. We also have Spencer here. Spencer, the co-host, and you can find him on Twitter at Beery Burton with two E's. And he posts about pretty much also whatever he wants. And a lot of cosplayers.
Lots of cosplayers.
If you like cosplay, follow his account.
And I promise people I'm not always this angry. This is just me having
This is a special circumstance. That was seething. I felt that.
Yeah, you went off my. And with that, I think we're pretty much done here. So with that, I will see you all next week for King's Game the anime.
I'm ready to see a crazy pink-haired chick hold up a condom full of semen like a trophy prize in the sunlight.
It's a nice hat.
It's a really nice hat. Tara would have loved it.
Tara would have loved it.
All right, we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.